And ready for the drop of the puck with the Penguins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Bobby needs some Rivers Casino tips the win.
Well, face-offs are huge. Tavares was 12-3. Matthews 11-3 in the last game they played, and they're one of the best teams in the league. You got to win your share. How about Swagger 2.0? Well, the coach asked for it. He got it in the last game, and yeah, if you're not up for this game tonight, Saturday night on Hockey Night in Canada, you're not ready at all. And you know this guy's ready. He's drying off his hand right now.
Penguins starting goalie presented by Hyundai. Tristan Jarry stopped all 24 shots he faced in Thursday's win in Montreal. Makes his 14th start and 4th straight. Maple Leafs starting goaltender presented by Kia. Jack Campbell, who leads the NHL in goals against average and save percentage, just 2 goals against in his last 4 games. Taco Bell tag. There's Mike Sullivan. He is back behind the bench after missing Thursday's game. He spent Thursday in Buffalo waiting to cross the border and with us on the telecast. Great to have him back. For Pittsburgh and for Toronto, it's Sheldon Keefe, the 31st coach in Leafs history. He's done a nice job getting his team turned around after a poor start. They began the year 2-4-1. Yeah, Saturday night in Toronto, usually the epicenter of the hockey universe. Sticks are down, puck is down. Crosby and Matthews at center ice, and we are underway. Great to have you with us, everybody. Penguins and Toronto Maple Leafs second matchup of the year. Pittsburgh winning back on October 23rd, 7-1. But a much different Maple Leafs team. They've won 5 straight and 10 of their last 11. And there's Morgan Riley, who we highlighted in the open. 2 goals in their most recent game a couple of nights ago against the New York Rangers in a 2-1 win. Puck is knocked down by the red-hot Jake Guentzel. Goals in 3 consecutive games for Jake. Jake Muzzin for Penn's draft choice. Gains the red line, shoots it in loose stick back behind. Puck glances off a bit. Teddy Bluger will take over, and what a night Bluger had for Pittsburgh in Montreal. First career 3-point game. +4, 5 shots on goal at first star honors. Pass comes off the wall. Tavares involved in a collision, and the Penguins will move it D to D. Here's John Marino taking a look up ice.
Yeah, not too often you get a shutout in a hockey game and your goalie doesn't get a star at all. That's what happened in that win against the Canadiens.
John Tavares, Leafs captain, starts the breakout here for Toronto. Jake Muzzin still out for the Leafs. Gains the line, hoists it in. Penguins snapping the 3-game losing streak tonight and playing game 2 of the 3-game road trip. The stretch of 9 of 11 away from Pittsburgh. Got the 6-0 win on Thursday at the Bell Center in Montreal. Jason Zucker, bottom of the circle, shoots one that's denied by Campbell.
Good job there by Letang to pinch on the wall and keep that puck in, and Zucker with a great chance.
Jeff Carter will maneuver in. Trying to buy some time, flips it to the middle, but it jumps over the stick of Zucker, and Andre Kasha will skate out the center. Tried to work it in down the boards, but it's out of play. A minute 53 seconds in.
Well, a little activity here. Look at Letang pinch down on the wall. He keeps that puck in, and Zucker, as he's tracking back, is able to get a pretty good shot there from the off wing against Campbell. What a season Campbell has had this year. The only team that's really had his numbers, the Penguins. They got a few bounces go their way, and there's Chris Letang. He's been the only guy in the last 11 games to score a goal on that blue line, Mersey. It's been Letang.
Yeah, that lone goal is the overtime winner against the Philadelphia Flyers. So see if the Penguins get some more production from the blue line. Without a goal from a defenseman in the last 7, Dominic Simon picks up speed at the top of the Leafs zone. Tried to pass laterally. That's going to be picked off, and out of the zone comes Wayne Simmons. Simmons is over the line, defended by Ruido. Got enough, takes the puck away. Chad Ruido in his 200th NHL game. Got a forward for Simon. Evan Rodriguez, Toronto native, feeds it down low. Missed by Heinen. Also got a goal the other night. Bunting will lob it through the neutral zone. Chris Letang, one of several stars in this matchup. Letang points in 6 of the last 8 games. Brian Rust in on the forecheck along with Jake Guentzel. Puck comes out to center ice. Nick Ritchie, who's playing left wing on the top line for Toronto. Pretty much the same lineup that we saw a month ago.
He's still looking for his first goal of the season. They were hoping he could provide that.
Off the turnover, comes right to Matthews. He got twisted down. Now toward the net, Marner, and it goes high and wide.
I think it might have hit the bar, Mearsy, that crossbar. Boy, what a quick little move there. Marner only 1 goal in 12 career games against the Penguins. Turned it backhand to forehand really quickly there.
Mitch Marner has been picking up the numbers lately after a slow start. You can say a lot, the same thing about several of the big names for Toronto. But they have heated up, and that includes William Nylander, 10 points in the last 9 games. Tavares lost the handle. Aston Reese comes charging in, 2 points the other night. That's fended off by Rasmus Sandin, and he'll chip it over to his D partner Liljegren. Alexander Kerfoot throws it to open ice, skated into by Tavares. Toronto captain stopping and starting. Taking care of him is Marcus Pettersson. From a knee, Nylander will slither its way back to the neutral zone. Rasmus Sandin will connect on the pass. Now on the turnover, it's Jason Zucker. Plays it through his skates. Backhander misses the target.
You see the best chances in this game. They're all coming off turnovers. One for the Leafs and one there for the Penguins. And both these teams have that ability to turn that puck over, that transition game, very quickly.
Very good off the rush. Engvall will wind it in. This is the third line for Toronto. It's been a good checking line for them. Engvall, Kampf, and Kasha.
Now this is a chance here as Dumoulin's going to turn the puck over to Matthews right in the middle of the ice where he should be. There's the backhand to forehand move off the crossbar. And when you talk about hockey players, I would equate like a Marner to a Gensel. These guys, that hockey sense, just hockey IQ is off the charts. They just know where to go. They have that feeling of where the puck's gonna go next, Mitch
Marner second in the league in takeaways. It's been a struggle in the postseason for him. No goals in the last 2 playoffs. It has racked up the numbers in the regular season. 5 straight years Toronto's lost in the first round. Now some excitement for the local hockey team in Toronto with this run that they've been on, having won 10 of their last 11. Keeping at the top of the zone. Wristed in below the goal line. Marino shoved it around. It's back into Toronto ice. Morgan Riley just got a new contract. 8-year, $60 million deal back in October. Wayne Simmons will chip it into Pittsburgh ice. Was batted down by Chad Ruedel. David Kampf. Bumped by Marino. In to support is Evan Rodriguez, the Toronto native. Loose in the puck falling down. Moved it north, and Kapanen will survey and feed it ahead for Simone. Dominic Simone by himself into the offensive zone. Puck was scooped up by Rodriguez. Has a chance. Tried the centering pass. It's broken up and now taken by Simmons.
Ooh, they had something going there. Rodriguez, he was a Leaf for a couple of days, wasn't he?
Now Simmons. Defended by Ruedel. Got enough of that shot attempt for Wayne Simmons, the veteran.
Now there's a solid hockey player right there. 200 games in the National Hockey League. Ruedel got caught up on the left side of the ice there, but still able to defend on that offside, if you will. Strictly pretty much a right-sided defenseman, but sometimes you get twisted around on the ice and you got to be able to defend on both sides.
Become a mainstay on the Penguins blue line. Most games he's played is 44 back in 2018. Gensel comes flying and gets it on net, and Campbell able to make the save. Crosby trying to feed it to Rust. Never got through. Nick Ritchie takes over and will advance the puck for Toronto. The top line for the Leafs, Ritchie, Matthews, and Marner. Ryan Rust shovels it forward. Gensel with Crosby. Gensel with the backhand. He scores! Jake Gensel again! Goals in 4 in a row. Can't be stopped right now. Gensel makes it 1-0.
Oh, there's that transition game. Jake Gensel, he looked at Crosby. He looked at Crosby. He took this pass. He's looking for Sid. Matthews takes that away, so he turns it to the backhand at the last second. It's just that feel. He's looking. It's not there. He doesn't force it. That's what makes him so good on the Crosby line. A lot of players can't play with a guy like Crosby. They try to force that play. He holds on to it because it's not there, and then able to slide it between the wickets of Campbell. Just a beautiful goal.
Give him 6 goals in the last 9 games. Team leading 7th of the season for Jake Gensel. Scoring summary provided by Point Park University. And the Penguins with the first goal tonight. It's quiet in Toronto. Pittsburgh 6-1-0 when they score first. Pretty obvious formula here for the Pens. 0-5-4 when they don't get the first goal. They've got it here tonight. Toronto trying to answer with their checking line. Andre Kasha, David Kampf, and Garrett Engvall. Engvall with it here. That quickly at the top of the zone. Puck forced out to center. Nice steal, Bluger in front. McGinn is robbed by Campbell.
Whoa, those backhands are tough to track. Gensel just scored on one, and McGinn almost did as well.
That line picking up right where they left off. Combined 6 points against the Montreal Canadiens, led by Bluger. McGinn got a tip-in goal to assist from Zach Aston-Reese. They were great. There's Kasperi Kapanen in 5 years with the Maple Leafs. Tried to pass, got closed off by Kerfoot. Now it's Tavares. John Tavares, Nylander, and then Riley at a hop over his stick.
Oh man, that was right there. Beautiful play with a center drive. Tavares, and Riley scored 2 in his last game. Just missed that one.
Morgan Riley out there now, logs a ton of ice time. The Penguins with the 1-0 lead. Jake Gensel at 5:46, opening the scoring tonight.
All the Penguins wins this year coming when they score that first goal.
William Nylander winding up. Pass was missed by Ritchie. Matheson trying to fend off the big winger, Nick Ritchie. Puck comes up to Evan Rodriguez. Tried to get it out, couldn't. Knocked down by Matthews. Matthews dropping it off for Marner. Marner pestered by Rodriguez. Pick off down the boards by Matheson. Heinen took care of his man, and Rodriguez getting it for Simon. He gets decked by Muzzin. The play is offside. We got 12:15 to go in the first period. Jake Gensel with the goal, and then almost 2-0 Campbell. Big save on McGinn.
Iced by defenseman Dion Phaneuf. The former captain of the Leafs officially retired Tuesday in Toronto and was honored before the game. Now, he broke into the NHL with Sidney Crosby and finished third in the voting for Rookie of the Year behind Alex Ovechkin and Sid. Dion, who would play 14 seasons in the NHL, was just the third defenseman to score 20 goals as a rookie. Yes, he was a shadow against many offensive players for quite some time, guys.
A couple of Maritimers there. They had some battles, didn't they, Bob? Dion Phaneuf and Sidney Crosby.
They did. Back to World Championship days, I think. There's something I remember there between those two, and I'm just trying to think of it right now. A little scrap around the bench in the World Juniors. They go a long way back.
Among other collisions at the NHL level, and we're teammates. Team Canada numerous times. Penguins with a great start here in Toronto. 1-0 lead. Game 2 of this 3-game road trip. With the Jets on is Marner to TJ Brody, longtime Calgary Flame. Ritchie looking to feed it in front. And the puck is taken by Rust. Rust joined by Crosby. Gensel on the near flank. Crosby off the side of the goal. They dig for possession. Referee says puck is loose and it will be grabbed by Austin Matthews. 41 goals last year, Rocket Richard winner.
Yeah, they put the Crosby line out against Matthews' line. That forces Matthews and Marner to defend instead of just playing offense. And that's tough for them. And you know, Mike Sullivan doesn't mind that matchup at all.
Yeah, we've seen that matchup a lot over the last few years, haven't we? And the Pens have done a good job against Austin Matthews head-to-head. Able to shut him down back in October. Did not have Crosby in that one. Of course, didn't have Malkin, Rust, Carter, or Letang. And one of the most impressive performances of the season for the Pens, winning 7-1. Marcus Pettersson had 3 points that night, career high for him. Zucker, Carter throws it off the pads of Campbell. Now the puck is loose and will be nudged forward by John Tavares. Tavares softly off the wall, turns and goes to the bench. John Marino, Penguins' third-year defenseman. Carter couldn't filter it through Bunting. Michael Bunting is rocked in the glass by Pettersson. Jason Spezza out there is actually one of the best Maple Leafs the last time these two teams played. Always played well against the Pens. Toronto will launch it in. Tristan Jarry over to Pettersson. Good breakout for Pittsburgh, and Zach Aston-Reese rifles the puck in. Teddy Bluger banking it back to the top. Bouncing on it will be McGinn. Aston-Reese, and this line going to work with some confidence. Bluger, Ruido fires a shot that goes wide.
Well, you see what this line's doing, all cut from the same cloth. They are on the same page. Wow. They look so impressive the last few games.
So good defensively, and then to have a big night on the offensive side.
Yeah, that helps a lot because You know, when you start thinking you could turn that defense into offense, which this line can, then you really have something.
Andre Kasha snaps it right on goal. Tristan Jarry able to make the save. The rebound skated away by Rust. Rust to Crosby. Back for Rust. Takes a look, takes the shot, and that's disrupted by the stick of Morgan Riley. TJ Brody out here with Riley. Riley's pass is picked up neatly at center by Gensel. Give and go with Rust. Gensel is smothered by Camp, and Pierre Engvall runs into Jake. Very curious about the line matchups. Both these teams with very good checking lines. Talked about that Kasha line for Toronto. We know what the Bluger line can do. Pierre Engvall, left wing on this third line for Toronto. The cycle here with Camp, and now Marner is on for the Maple Leafs. Teddy Bluger takes a look and will sweep it back to center, where it's captured by Jake Muzzin.
Well, the Leafs really with that one good opportunity off the crossbar, off the stick of Marner, but that's really it.
Here's Marner again. And they angle it down. Jari comes up huge on the redirect. Biggest save thus far for Tristan Jarry. Keeping it 1-0 as Nick Ritchie crashed the crease. The setup by Mitch Marner. Tristan Jarry slams the door. On our AHN scoreboard, Sidney Crosby and his line mates. Look at the numbers since Crosby's return. Combining for 5 goals, 11 points in 3+ games, with Gensel opening the scoring tonight. Brian Rust with an assist. And as I said the other night, Bob, the magic is clearly still there with this trio.
Well, it really is. You know, I think they're still trying to find their game. Yeah, I don't think Crosby's up to 100%. Certainly Brian Rust isn't right now, but they're still good enough to do damage, and they're just going to get better and better. You can see it each and every game here right now, and a lot of talk on the bench. You love to have that, even a line that's played together for a while. You love to have that communication on the bench. They're excited to play this one.
It was only 3 years ago, Jake Gensel scored 40. And last year, so good scoring on the road. Only Austin Matthews had more road goals. Gensel now goals in 4 consecutive games, and the Penguins with a 1-0 lead. Just prior to the break, got a big save from Tristan Jarry on Nick Ritchie, the redirect. Jarry's made 3 stops. Puck loose behind. There's Ritchie again, net by Matheson. They joust for the puck. Loose and comes back over, and Matthews on the backhand is shut down. To the top, the drive. Now Muzzin. Muzzin tied up by Kapanen. Puck comes to Austin Matthews. Now Mitch Marner fades back, taps it over to Matthews. Matthews to Marner. Settles the puck down, tries his shot, and that's knocked aside by Jarry.
Jarry is way out above that blue paint for those last 2 chances that the play started behind the goal line, and then he is just such a great skater, able to get out there and cut down the angle. I love when he's aggressive, and he's been aggressive all year.
Now a message from Sheely's Furniture, Appliances, and Mattresses.
Penguins hockey is brought to you by Sheely's Furniture, Appliances, and Mattresses, the official furniture and mattress supplier of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Crosby sporting that pink tape, Mearsey, on top of his stick there.
Hockey Fights Cancer Night in Toronto, and special ceremony league-wide on this Saturday night. Outstanding initiative since 1998. And you can go to hockeyfightscancer.com for more information. Off the draw, Toronto going to Morgan Riley. Takes a look, and the shot is blocked. Kapanen going down to the ice. Feeling the effects of that.
Quick change here for the Penguins. We talked about faceoffs, the importance of those tonight.
Toronto, the #1 faceoff team in the league. Penguins have been gradually better. 12th in overall faceoff percentage. Penn's best faceoff night was the game against the Leafs, ironically. On October 23rd, they won 64% of the draws.
Well, the Leafs have, oh, look out.
Turnover, Gensel's shot skips wide of Jack Campbell.
They have Manny Malhotra on the bench, and he was always a great face-off guy in the National Hockey League, and he's been around, and I'm sure he helps. Tavares has been around the game a long time. He's always been good in that category.
Dangerous pass, going to be tipped out, and Alexander Kerfoot might have a chance. Kerfoot, curl and drag, and the sliding play, Marino. Right, or rather Dumoulin was able to block that. Punch to the glass by Jarry.
A lot of patience there by Kerfoot, but he couldn't get around the Penguins defense. It took away the low part of the ice.
Letang to the half boards. Nylander dumps it down to the corner. Dumoulin, 400th NHL game. Puck redirected out. Pittsburgh at the end of his shift in Toronto. With Andre Kasha, he will work it in. Marino for Rodriguez. Fires a pass to center. Heinen hit hard. Got it deep. Campbell watching as Liljegren gets back for the Leafs. There's Rasmus Sandin. Sneaks in over the line. Pierre Engvall. Well checked by Heinen. Puck loose into the corner. Marino aggressively on Sandin. David Camp sets it up. Liljegren tried the shot. Engvall taken care of by Pettersson. Puck will go up and out of play with 5:34 to go in the first. The goal from Jake Gensel, and it was a beauty on the backhand to beat Jack Campbell, his 7th of the season, 1-0 for the Pens.
But a solid team effort. Former Penguins Ryan Malone and Jake Caulfield doing their part to promote Robert Morris hockey and the importance of a D1 program here in Pittsburgh. Thursday, they shot a video with the on-the-bench guys to help do that moving forward. It's one of several projects Malone has produced over the last couple days while in town. Well done, Bugsy. Well done, Caulfield. Love their efforts as they try to get hockey at the D1 level brought back to Moon Township. Boys?
Very important, Dan. Thank you very much. Let's on the bench. Even with that outfit. Right? Dan, they were flying in the RMU game a couple of weeks ago. Shot from the circle is going to go back to the top for Sandin.
Another face-off win led to that opportunity for the Leafs. And Simmons went right to the front of the net. They're trying to get some traffic on Jari if they can.
Toronto at 55.2%, tied for first in face-off department. Back to Spezza. Jason Spezza has always played well against Pittsburgh. Liljegren left it for Spezza, shuffled along, and it will jump the stick of Sandin. He will gather it in for Toronto. Under 5 minutes to go in the first, and a 1-0 lead for Pittsburgh. Rasmus Sandin shoots it in. Pettersson along with John Marino. Players topple down. The Crosby line on for Pittsburgh. And Toronto getting reorganized. Austin Matthews, 3-time 40-goal scorer. Letang spins, gets it out to center. Penguins going cross ice, and it's Crosby. Backhands it right on goal, punched away by Campbell.
Nice play by Crosby off the skate to get it to a stick.
Now to Dumoulin. Russ, the touch pass, and that's intercepted by Marner. Marner over to Ritchie. Here 2-on-2 along with Brody. Bump back from Marner. All the way over. Austin Matthews. Going to stay with him, Letang. Matthews to Riley. Poke check, comes back over. Matthews with a one-timer off the outside of the goal from Marner. Mitch Marner surveys. Had Matthews, he's going to walk out. Still hangs on to Riley for Marner. The shot, that's blocked by Gensel. Now to Matthews. All Toronto here. They're surging. Austin Matthews sauces it back to the far side. Riley looking to get it to the front. It's deflected to the sideboards.
Oh, Jari just chopping Ritchie in front of the net. This is old school Billy Smith style. Gotta love that. He was pretty good with that stick.
Billy Smith, Ron Hextall.
That's pretty right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Get out of my crease. And the Penguins have really packed the house, that area between the dots, top of the circle, into the goalpost. The Leafs have worked the perimeter here.
Another flurry here from Toronto. Muzzin to the net, and that's caught by Jari. He will squeeze it.
A couple of long shifts. That Crosby line was caught on the ice for over a minute here. And you see Marner, he's going to dance around for a while, and finally it's going to come back to him, and then Marner over there from Matthews hits the side of the net. Still a struggle to get that early goal. Take a look at this chop in front of the net. Watch this. Whack! I love that chop right on the foot. That's awesome.
That was definitely some old school, and that will lead to a conversation with referee Dan O'Rourke. Working this game with Brian Pochmara.
Yeah.
Now, no harm, no foul.
Oh, he got bumped a little. He said, you know, I love Jari. He's got a little bit of that swagger right now, doesn't he?
He does. 9th start in the last 10 games. He said yesterday he likes the workload, gets a chance to work on his game on the practice day, and then apply that in the game with the Penguins basically playing every other day. 14th appearance of the season for Tristan Jari, and coming off of an excellent game against the Montreal Canadiens.
Jeff Carter out here. He grew up in London and played for the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. He grew up a Leaf fan.
Coming up on the first intermission, presented by your neighborhood Ford store with Rob and Jay. Have a conversation with another Ontario native, Brock McGinn, Fergus, Ontario. Highlights and analysis.
Got the hair flowing too at the ear holes.
All of these guys that are from Ontario, it's a big deal. Carter, Rodriguez, Mark Friedman's a Toronto native. He's not in the lineup tonight, but Evan Rodriguez, big Leafs fan growing up. Big fan of Alexander Mogilny. Shots on goal, 7-6 in favor of Pittsburgh. A 1-0 lead on the goal from Jake Guentzel. Finding the puck here, right in front. Carter, he scores on the setup from Jason Zucker. Jeff Carter on the board to make it 2-0 Pittsburgh.
That's awesome. And Carter, we were just talking about him. Grew up a Leafs fan, and he beat his old teammate Muzzin to the front of the net. Teammates in LA, take a look. Pinching D and a bouncing puck, and there it is, little chip error. And then boom, wide open net as Muzzin gets beat there. Watch, Muzzin looks over his left shoulder, Carter goes to the right. Unbelievable. Carter right-hand shot, and when he had that lane, he was not going to miss that opportunity. Look at that smile. Reminiscent of Bobby Clark, another Philadelphia Flyer, and as was Carter, drafted by the Flyers, and he has put the Penguins up 2-0.
That's an old school hockey smile right there.
It is.
From London, Ontario, Jeff Carter, his first in 6 games. And that is huge, Bob, for that line. That's one thing the Penguins would like to see. Get that line going. Carter, Kapanen, and Jason Zucker. There's the scoring summary. They all factor in.
Well, they've scored 2 off the rush. Toronto's had some zone time, and Matthews tries to score from the goal line there. But they really hasn't shot the puck enough. They're trying to make that perfect play. The Penguins are giving them the outside, taking away the middle. And here you see it again.
Gotten 7 saves from Tristan Jarry. Liljegren's drive is blocked at the top and will stay in play. Jumped on by Evan Rodriguez. Chip forward for Simone. Checked and couldn't get it out. Now on a cluster, Rodriguez forces it to center. Off the change of possession, Matthews is onside. Matthews down low for Marner. Got it all the way through Pierre Engvall. Shadowed by Teddy Bluger. Engvall to the middle. That's blocked away, but recovered by Riley. Riley, Marner.
Again, trying to make the play in the interior are the Leafs instead of playing off the shot, trying to break down the defense. And, fanciness, it does look good sometimes and work, but it's not working right now.
Zach Aston-Reese, a pass to the point. Shot by Matheson. Never got through to Jack Campbell. Kasha to Camp. Kasha got drilled.
Zach Aston-Reese, that hit machine.
Bursting in is Brock McGinn. He's free, trying to get his stick loose, and he drew a penalty. Couldn't get the shot off. Forced Morgan Riley to take a penalty. It'll be hooking, and the Penguins with the game's first power play chance.
Well, Matthews is going to get an opportunity here. He's great at stealing pucks, and there he tries to score from behind the goal line off the shoulder of Jarry, and then Riley coming underneath the hands of McGinn. McGinn, you see how he's got body position? Look where his right leg is. He widens the stance to protect that puck, and when he does that, what's Riley going to do? He's going to have to go into the hands. Great job by McGinn, and then that line once again to get the Penguins on the power play late here in the first, up by 2.
And here's another department where the Penguins game is trending in the right way. The power play has now scored in the last 2 games. They did make a scoring change on the Danton Heinen goal the other night. That was a power play goal. Went 1 for 5 against Toronto back in October. It's still just 11.8%. Now up to go the full 200 with 50 seconds to go in the first. Letang's long pass is steered in by Russ, shy of the center red line, and won't be icing. Guentzel keeps it alive. Puck is loose. And Mitch Marner out to center along with David Camp. Camp trying to swing it back for Marner, and he didn't cut into the zone. The Penguins captured here with Crosby. Crosby, 27 seconds to go in the period. Flings it across to Guentzel. Guentzel works it back to Letang. Team's first power play opportunity. Up high, Rust with the shot. And that's rejected. Loose along the boards. Carter swiped over to the corner for Crosby. 8 seconds left in the period. Pass over Carter, looking to go in front for Rust or Guentzel. Spun back over through a seam. 1 second left, and that's going to do it for the first period. But A lot to like, Bob, on the Pittsburgh side. A 2-0 lead in Toronto after 20 minutes.
Yeah, you know, I think that this is a team that's playing the perfect road game. You know, you insulate your netminder, you take advantage of your chances, and a frustrated Leaf team with their heads down go to the dressing room.
A lot of guys were talking about 4 straight really good periods. Make it 5 now, going all the way back to the third period against Buffalo a few nights ago. A 2-0 score after 1 period of play at Scotiabank Arena. Time for the first intermission. Rob and Jay.
The first 20 minutes tonight as we head back over to Steve and Bob for the call of the second period. Guys?
Rob, thank you very much. Indeed, Tristan Jarry, very sharp. He continues with this run. Just getting better and better, Bob, all season. Very good in the crease for Pittsburgh.
Well, standing tall, and maybe grazed him. It certainly hit the crossbar. I love the way he's been challenging a lot of these shooters. Meets the puck there. See, he was able to read that play off the stick of Ritchie. And then the Penguins are able to turn it the other way several times. Look at this chop to the feet right there of Ritchie right in front of him. Why not? He's been very aggressive. I think he does have a little bit of a swagger right now, and it's sometimes it does got to be you against the world.
And there's Jeff Carter, one of the Pens' goal scorers. Bob, you mentioned the smile earlier. Social media post brought to you by Point Park University. Hockey guy right here. Jeff Carter. Hockey smile. And there's Bobby Clark, who you mentioned. That's Super 70s Sports. Very funny account. Jeff Carter is 4th of the year. Set up by his line mate Zucker and Kapanen, 17-15, and the Pens beginning the second period on the power play for the first 52 seconds. So this would be big. You heard the guys talking about it during the intermission. You know Toronto's going to push. And you don't want to hand them any momentum. See if the Pens can get on the board with the man advantage. Nice to see the power play heating up with goals in the last 2 games.
Put together a little run here, get a streak going. Is that Crosby on the point up there?
Looks like it.
He's playing the right point here to start this power play. I don't know if I've ever seen him start on the right point. That was awesome.
He's going to wind up here, skates up ice with the puck is Letang. Fires in and off the end wall. 35 seconds ago.
Oh, it's a penalty.
That is flipped up.
No?
And on a deflection, it will not be a delay of game penalty.
So Crosby, not taking the face off. I get that. He's coming back from an injury, and so he's playing the right point. He was set up there off that face-off. Very interesting. Now he'll take the end zone face-off.
Regarding the power play, they've talked so much about the chances they're getting, and Mike Sullivan earlier in the week said it's just not sustainable with the players that we have. We're going to start converting on all these good looks. Got the puck off the skate from Gensel against Buffalo, and a power play goal from Danton Heinen in Montreal on Thursday. Win this face up. Crosby wrist shot stopped by Campbell. Rebound is backhanded out.
He was so upset with the linesman kicking him out of that face-off circle that he took that puck, and he was determined that he was going to score there. I think he was.
Try to stretch it out. That's going to be an icing call against the Pens. Gives us a chance to take a look at the UPMC Sports Medicine injury update. Evgeny Malkin still out for Pittsburgh with the knee surgery, but continues to make progress and is skating. Peter Mrazek, Ilya Mikheyev on the injured list for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So they got a veteran goaltender there, but they have a legit number 1 now in Jack Campbell, leading the league in goals against and save percentage. Could be in the mix for Team USA at the Olympics. Will be coached by Mike Sullivan. Navigating through center is Letang, sails it in off the pads of Campbell. Time will tick down on the Morgan Riley penalty. He is out right now, so the Leafs kill it off. They're one of the better penalty-killing teams in the NHL. John Marino getting tangled up. Puck comes to the line. The hold by Sandin. Now trying to wedge it out of there is Letang. Centering pass, Matthews. Drive, missed the net. Doesn't miss from there very often.
No, that's his first good look here tonight.
Did have 2 shots on goal in the first, as did Gensel and Carter. Led in shots 9-7. Austin Matthews hits the brakes, chips it back to the top. Sandin over to Liljegren. Liljegren looking for a stick in front. Back to the far boards. Jarry leaning up against the post. John Tavares.
Tavares out here with Matthews.
Interesting combination, one you don't see too often from Sheldon Keefe. This is Tavares, spins it over, Nylander. Now Tavares getting double teamed. Checked by Bluger. Nylander loosens it back to the top for Riley. Riley to Nylander. Top scorer for Toronto. Nylander to Morgan Riley. Waits and shoots. And right in the lane was Aston Reese. And the puck ricochets to center.
Talk about loading up there. Nylander, Tavares, Matthews on the ice there for that shift.
Now Morgan Riley winding his way in. Backhand flip goes right in front of Tristan Jarry. Barry Kapanen, 5 years with the Leafs.
Of course, that shift where they loaded up Mears, it came after Marner had killed the penalty to start that period, who was Matthews' line mate.
Back Campbell nearly coughed it up. Kapanen applying some pressure, but it's Brody who will hand it off to Riley. Now Brian Dumoulin gets it deep for Pittsburgh. Kapanen again throwing his weight around. Sidestepping the hit was Brody. Wayne Simmons couldn't get through Dumoulin. Looking to grab it, Carter. Zucker does. 2-on-1 develops. Missed by Zucker. He will collect now. Puck loose into the circle. Taken by TJ Brody for 700 games in the NHL. Brody now along with Morgan Riley, and Brody will take a look up ice. Banks it ahead for Nick Ritchie. Ritchie was with Boston last year. Got it behind the goal. Matheson. Hot lately, points in 5 of the last 8 games. Bouncing puck on Crosby. Trickles to center. Crosby works it back to Pettersson. Now to the captain. Pittsburgh completing a line change. With possession, Austin Matthews. He steers it in. Gliding back is Pettersson, bodied by Matthews. Matheson will take it away. Starts the charge for Pittsburgh. Crosby from center. Off of Campbell. Heinen. Rubbed out in the corner by Hall. Matthews turns. Dishes it off for Marner. Good pressure from Simone. Here's Heinen with a wrist shot blocked by Hall. Leafs trapped in their own zone. Justin Hall fires it to center for Austin Matthews. Toronto looking for a line change. And the Penguins on the breakout. Dominic Simone will spin it in. Simone, his 3rd consecutive game in the lineup. No changes for the Pens from Thursday. Brian Boyle still scratched along with Mark Friedman and Sam Lafferty. Andre Kasha is in with a rising shot that missed the target. Point shot sails in. Jarry's going to keep it moving for Dumoulin. Scaled off the glass, skips forward. Brock McGinn charges down the wing. Centering pass, a good one, and Rodriguez fires it wide. McGinn finds it, spins into the middle, but the pass is going to come out to center.
Good job by Jarry to keep that puck moving. The Leafs stopped playing just for a second, and that allowed the Penguins to get it on track.
Chance for Toronto, redirection by Kasha. Jarry stays with it. Letang with the high flip. Aston Reese hustling, but it's an icing call against Pittsburgh.
You know Kasha, he's always around it. Always was with the Ducks against the Penguins. McGinn was hopping on that last shift. There's that chance that went wide off the stick of Rodriguez. And then Kasha out in front with just a slight redirect. He's in pretty tight there on Jarry, who's out challenging once again.
Kasha 4 goals in 7 career games against Pittsburgh. Hoping for some depth production this season. Toronto very top heavy, especially as it pertains to the salary cap. Tip try here never got through to Jarry. And will sit at center ice. They've got over $33 million tied up in 3 players. Some big contracts handed out.
And as you said, Spezza was their best player, and he's playing basically for the minimum here.
Yeah, he's been good.
Best player against the Penguins last game.
Off this turnover, Barry Kapanen charging into the Leaf zone. Stops on a dime, now to the forehand, back in front, looking for Bluger, but never got to him. And stick handling out is Brody. Brody quickly met by Pettersson. They cancel out, and William Nylander will drop it back. Giveaways in the first period were 6-1 Toronto. Definitely guilty of overpassing, as you talked about, Bob. Looking for that seam pass. Matthews to Hall. Quick shot stopped by Jarry, and no rebound. We'll take a look at the Barrel Ford leaders. Shots on goal per game. The team leaders in the NHL. And the Penguins at 35.8 per game. Toronto's up there as well. 5 times 40+ shots on goal, including each of the last 2. Remember, they had 74 attempts against Buffalo, and then another 67 against Montreal. So clearly, Bob, the game for the Penguins trending in the right direction and playing Pittsburgh Penguins hockey that Mike Sullivan's looking for.
Yep. You gotta like it. Getting everybody back here right now, just waiting on number 71.
He can add to those totals. Austin Matthews looking for some separation. Puck is batted down by Crosby, and he will be able to clear back into Toronto ice, and it won't be far enough for icing.
Even Muzzin couldn't skate slow enough for that to be an icing.
Back in over the line, Marner. Austin Matthews turns away from Gensel, sweeps it down to the corner where it's picked off by Matheson. Matheson will fire it down the distance. This will be an icing call.
Ritchie tried to take a shot at Matheson after he iced that.
Now, a word from attorney David Schrager.
Crosby's line. A little oxygen in the lungs here right now. Extended shift as the Leafs make a change.
Toronto a face-off win. Timothy Liljegren tries a shot here. That's blocked by Crosby.
That's easy.
He's out of play, yeah. 13:15 remaining in the second period. All the goal scoring back in the first. Gensel and Carter. 2-0 for the black and gold. Right around the corner. Great initiative. Thank you very much. There's the captain, Sidney Crosby. 26 points in 22 career games in Toronto. Always a big event, especially Hockey Night in Canada. The Saturday Canadian tradition, going back to 1952, at least on television. Some tenacious work from McGinn and Aston Reese, deep in the Toronto zone. Aston Reese recovers the puck, getting double team, trying to get it free, spins it down below the goal line. But now shuffle forward for Spezza. He's got some space. Tried to chip it across. It was blocked by Ruedel. Michael Bunting bouncing off the hit. Centering pass. There's Simmons. He's robbed by Jari. Picked up by Bluger. And he will go for the 9-iron shot to center. McGinn taking it. Inside out. Tried the wrister. To get it on goal. He was defended by Brody. Brody for Tavares. And John Tavares has to turn away. Dish it off for Riley. Over the line, Tavares. Now Nylander with a look. Snaps it off a stick off the glass.
Jari, he had to get underneath his crossbar there. He thought it was going to go off the glass, then back over the net.
Nylander and this Tavares line, they've been hot lately for Toronto. Here is Tavares, shouldered by Letang. Penguins will be able to go glass and out.
Jari had no glove for a while there. That would be, that wouldn't be a good feeling for a netminder.
Tavares still out here. Gets free. His pass, though, is going to be intercepted by Kapanen, and he floats it to center.
Wasn't sure what was going on. I knew there was some paraphernalia on the ice mirrors. He all of a sudden, I look at Jari. He's got nothing on that trapper hand.
Who was it? Thatcher Demko made a save earlier in the year like that? John Marino gets it around. The Penguins with the Crosby line on. In flight is Gensel. Gensel coming in hot along with Rust. Gensel knocked off stride. Marner. Handoff for Justin Hall. And now Jake Muzzin won a Stanley Cup in LA with Jeff Carter, 2014. Ryan Rust into the attacking zone. To the middle. Gensel looks. Go back for Rust. Broken up. Puck in the feet of Gensel. He gets tied up by Muzzin. Out of the reach of Matthews. He trickles to center and worked back in by Pettersson. 10:51 to go in the second. The Penguins with a 2-0 lead. Here in game 2 of this 3-game road trip. Next up, the Winnipeg Jets. Pittsburgh will travel to Winnipeg later on tonight. Get ready for a Monday night showdown against the Jets. That'll be another tough game. But the Jets team is tied for first place in the Central Division. Sandin snaps it forward. Offside for Kasha. The whistle sounds.
Wayne Simmons had a great opportunity from the high slot area. He's able to back up, find the soft spot right here. And Tristan Jarry shuts him down from the top of the crease, and then Nylander tries to go up high. And this puck went off the stick right there. A Brian Dumoulin stick on puck. Nice, great job by Dumo. There's the glove getting shuffled back to Jarry from Carter.
Tristan Jarry, 11 saves at this point. Very solid effort The Penguins all around against this high-powered Toronto Maple Leafs team. Ruido looking for the stick of Simone, who was cutting across the slot. Engvall was pressured, turned it over. Simone with a pass to Rodriguez. Evan Rodriguez to Mike Matheson. Shifting, getting it to the hash marks, but it's going to be picked off by Camp. Camp racing ahead, got the red line, scoops it in. Matheson's stick was lifted. Ruido trying to find it. Kasha with a centering pass attempt, that's broken up. And Chad Ruido's 200th NHL game. Lobs it to center and chopped further by Heinen.
Boy, you 5 players in front of Tristan Jarry there. You throw a blanket over them. That's how tight they are defensively right now.
Now Jason Spezza still has the wheels. Spins that one on goal, and the rebound collected by Zach Aston-Reese. Teddy Bluger, career high is 9 for goals for Bluger. He's got 5 already. 22 points each of the last 2 years. Best start of his career. Penguins couldn't get it out. Simmons over for Bunting. Couldn't get a shot off.
Boy, Letang was on the ice. Not so sure he didn't get a stick on that pass.
It's Hall to Riley off the outside of the cage. Swooping in is Simmons. Puck still loose. This is one of those shifts that either ends in a goal or a penalty. And indeed, the Penguins will be shorthanded.
Well, Jarry's been getting it done again. He likes Canada. Game alone, and the puck gets to the front of the net. Riley tries to go up high, and then you see the stick there of Dumoulin caught up in the leaf in front of the cage, and Bunting goes down.
We get our first look at the Toronto power play. They have scored in 9 of the last 10 games. 5th best, 26.5%, led by Austin Matthews. 4 power play goals, only 4 players in the league with more tallies with the man advantage. They can throw out a lot of firepower, including 34 and 91. Tavares against Carter, off the face-off. Leafs win it. Morgan Riley, quarterbacks. There's Matthews. Now to Mitch Marner. William Nylander. Tap back a couple of times to Marner. Good reach from Marino. Gets possession and able to clear for Pittsburgh. How about that defense?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking all the quick passes by the Leafs, which accomplished nothing, and the Penguins just said, hey, enough of that, and we're going to ice the puck on you.
Penguins PK 3rd best, 6 for 6 over the last 2 games. There's 4 power play goals against over their last 13. Leafs stalled at center. Winding up is Nylander. Fires it ahead for Marner. In flight is Matthews. Steps in over the line. Goes to Tavares and now Morgan Riley. William Nylander cuts in, leaving it for Austin Matthews. Mitch Marner's the setup man. Pass in the feet of Matthews. Collects it though. Guarded by Marino and McGinn. William Nylander to Austin Matthews with 55 to go on the Dumoulin penalty. William Nylander skates the top. Matthews, one-time drive off the outside of the goal. Matthews gets it back.
No changes here for the Penguins, D, and they're stuck.
To the top, back over for Matthews. Feed over to Marner, a shot, bodies right in front, and it ricochets to the far side.
I'll give Marner the shot, not Matthews.
It's Mitch Marner again. Looks. Matthews dusts it off, slides it up high. Riley to Nylander, shoots, and Jarry gets over. Might have gotten some help from the post.
Yep.
Austin Matthews sets it up for Mitch Marner. 18 to go. Off a leg it goes to the boards. Jumped on by Matthews. Matthews cruises at the top. Nylander. Austin Matthews shooting, and that is deflected to the corner.
Tavares missed it on the forehand redirect.
2 seconds and 1. Matthews shooting to the glass it goes. Kept in the zone by Nylander. All Toronto for the full 2 minutes. They're unable to convert. The Penguins still trapped though, with some tired bodies out there. What's left for Marner and company? Teddy Bluger relieves that pressure, able to flip to center ice. Long change for Pittsburgh. McGinn heads off. Jake Muzzin will stretch it out. Engvall is fresh for Toronto. Engvall to open ice. Justin Hall with possession for the Leafs. Good stick from Matheson, and Marino takes charge and will flip it out to center ice.
Marino's still on the ice. He can't make a change here.
David Camp looking to leave it for Engvall. The poke check Matheson leads to this. It's Crosby. Sauced it off the boards. Rust with a shot that flutters wide of Campbell. A lot of puck possession, plenty of shot attempts from Toronto, but a huge PK for Pittsburgh to keep it at 2-0.
Yeah, you know, you got to think that maybe that was your chance if you're a Leaf fan, and the Penguins just squashed that.
Puck loose in front, chance for Gensel, denied twice. The second try, Kapanen wouldn't go. The chance is for Jack Campbell. They call him Soupy. And he comes up big there.
Boy, some slick little plays there in tight quarters by Crosby, and then Gensel tried to turn it to the forehand. And remember that save if the Leafs do come back. That was a big save by Campbell on Gensel.
Chipped out the center by Simmons, right to Zucker. Checked quickly by Simmons. Puck is corralled by Riley. He's over the line with a dropper. Bunting for Simmons. Rips the drive. That's caught by Tristan Jarry.
Oh, don't forget about me, says Tristan Jarry. Don't forget about me. There's Crosby with the tip to Jake, who got 2 cracks at it. Been out there last shift. Well, only he could do this, Mearsy. You know, he's keeping the puck alive down low with his backhand, and then he uses that pickle stabber to flick it to Gensel. And this all came after Simmons had that opportunity late in the shift. Or sorry, that was late in the shift, after the Crosby opportunities. But Crosby was performing some magic down low, some surgery, if you will. The Penguins unable to get that third by Campbell.
At least 2 saves from Jack Campbell. Maybe a third on Kasperi Kapanen. Big face-off win for the Pens in the defensive zone. And racing up ice was Kasperi Kapanen. He's got a chance. Kapanen stick handles, fires. It goes all the way through and wide.
Boy, Carter was right there on the post. He just couldn't see that puck come through. It would have been right on his tape for a slam dunk.
Nylander slice in and tried to pass for Kerfoot. Hall off of Kerfoot. Just swarmed by Penguins, and on the backhand it's Letang who will relieve the pressure.
Well, you see the Leafs. I mean, they're kind of getting close, but the Penguins have enough resistance defensively that they're just denying these opportunities where other times they may look nice and pretty and they get their cookies, the Leafs, but not here tonight with that second effort defensively for the Penguins.
Winding on in is Letang along with Crosby. Flicks it off the glove of Riley. Swept to the boards. Quickly checked was Marner. The Penguins with the Crosby line. Buzzing in the offensive zone. Jake Gensel, goals in 4 consecutive games. Sweeps it around for Marino. He gathers it in, looking for a play. John Marino. Bodied up by Riley. Gensel loosening that puck. Rust will bank it back. Crosby slides it over to Marcus Pettersson. Pettersson for Rust behind the goal. Ryan Rust to Jake Gensel. Gensel walks out. Sharp angle try, stopped by Campbell. And he will cover up. Good shift there from the Crosby line.
Yeah, because Marino gets involved. He jumps up offensively. Kapanen gets another good opportunity here. Watch Carter on the post. Oh, 5-hole. He tried to get the legs together. He couldn't do it. Look at this slick little play by Nylander. Tried to go to Kerfoot on the back door. That didn't happen. And Kapanen's wondering, what's going on here? Why can't I score here in Toronto? And you keep working like that, Cappy, it's going to happen. These iPads, Mearsy, I wish we had them back in the day.
You can tell he's got a little extra hop in his step tonight.
He does, he does.
That was to be expected. 5 years. Member of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's got a lot of friends on the other side. They basically grew up together, both at the AHL level and the NHL level. His first game back, the Penguins' first game in the city of Toronto since the 2020 playoffs. That qualifying round against Montreal was played in this building in the summer of 2020. Working hard is Evan Rodriguez. With his line makes Dominic Simone and Danton Heinen. They support each other. Players topple down. And it squirts over to Sandin. And Dean, set play, breaking up ice was Kasha, but the puck is handled easily by Tristan Jarry. An all-new Inside Penguins Hockey returns tonight after the post-game show. Sidney Crosby or Jake Gensel might be your favorite player, but who were their favorite players growing up? Plus RMU alumni, former Penguins, Pittsburgh celebrities fighting to save Robert Morris Hockey. That and more on Inside Penguins Hockey, presented by UPMC, debuting tonight after the Penguins post-game show. Is that another iPad session there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Why not?
Puck is knocked down at the top. Muzzin tangled up Rodriguez, good play. Working it back to Toronto ice. Now Justin Hall. Lead pass Matthews. Marner from the wing. Try to feed. Taken care of by Pettersson. Marner. Marcus Pettersson doing battle in the corner. Matthews emerges. Turns it to the forehand. Austin Matthews. Dancing, going to Muzzin with a drive. Missed the target. Taken off the end wall by Bluger. But it comes to Matthews. Matthews will spin it back up high. Justin Hall and Heinen in the lane. Got the pass off to Marner. Marner shakes the check of Matheson in front for Matthews, and that's picked off by Zach Aston Reese.
Right out of the air.
Here he comes, Aston Reese to Bluger, but offside.
You know, this defense, you know, it depends on you not getting beat. Matheson gets beat here by Marner. And then guess what happens? Yeah, everybody collapses into the house, and he looks over his shoulder. Look around, head on a swivel. That's what they talk about, head on a swivel. You saw Zach Aston Reese looking to the left, looking to the right, and able to knock that puck down out of midair. A lot of in zone time for that line, no production.
A lot of defensive metrics, very favorable, particularly for Zach Aston Reese, and not just this year, but last couple of seasons, been one of the Penguins' best defensive forwards. Good aggressive work from Jeff Carter. Gets free, goes to Kapanen. He comes flying and snaps a shot on goal, and Campbell with the save.
Maybe a little bit tougher there for Campbell because Riley got a stick in there right as Kapanen went to shoot the puck. Watch 44 Riley. He's going to try to get stick on puck at the last second. Right there. He doesn't quite do that. Kapanen's got good speed coming down that wing. I love when he keeps skating, shooting in flight. When you shoot in flight, it's tough for a goaltender to square in on the puck. Like, where do I get set? Where do I get set? You have to keep changing the angle when you're skating like that. It makes it so tough. That's what guys like Kessel or Lafleur back in the day, or even Carter you see flying down the wing now. Those guys that can shoot off the rush. I mean, that's a... You don't see it enough, I don't think.
True.
Bossy. I mean, a lot of
Mark
those
Recchi.
guys. Rex, oh, the
Wrecking ball.
The wrecking ball.
Jack Campbell with 14 saves for Toronto. Tristan Jarry 17 tonight. Jack Campbell and Brian Rust grew up playing some youth hockey together in Michigan, a Honey Baked program. Justin Hall dishes it off for Kerfoot. Here's Tavares now with some space. Fires a shot that goes off the glass. Kerfoot, Nylander, Tavares out there for Sheldon Keefe. Pittsburgh will be able to dump it into Toronto ice. See them making a line change. We're down to 1:05 to go in the second. Pittsburgh with a 2-0 lead. 2 goals back in period number 1. Gensel and Carter. Puck is lifted in. Grabbed by Pettersson. Shoulder check from Ritchie. And it's Pettersson to the ice. But he got rid of the puck. Kapanen looking for Carter. Carter finds it off the stick of Muzzin. Jeff Carter looks, shoots, gets it back and turns. Carter off the dasher. Muzzin coughs it up. Here's Kapanen looking, throws it in the crease, and it's underneath Campbell. He keeps it out. Some frustration from Matthews.
Zucker tried to go in there with his fishing pole when the puck was underneath the legs of Campbell. The Penguins almost score from behind that line. And there's Campbell. He knows former teammate there of 77, Carter. They know each other from the LA days. And look at this. Kapanen tries to bank it in. I don't know if he saw that on the iPad or not. I tried to score that way. Look at the giveaway. And I always wonder how a defenseman can be on the half wall like that and make a play back. When he's a defenseman, Muzzin, and make a play, a blind play back into the middle of the ice to somebody who's not a defenseman, that's not a good play, not a high percentage play, and that almost cost the Toronto Maple Leafs, because certainly if the Penguins had scored the 3rd goal there, that might have been lights out.
Toronto off this face-off in the final 30 seconds of the second period. Leafs looking to stretch it out. Puck is loose. First player in is Andre Kasha. Kasha for Engvall. Shields it from Dumoulin. Gensel on the back check. David Camp. Short feed for Engvall. Shot attempt will trickle back to the boards. 10 seconds to go, second period. Engvall getting tied up by Gensel. Dumoulin Lost the handle, but Letang is there to back it up, and a high flip is going to do it for the second. So Bob, 2-0 after 1, 2-0 after 2. What do you think?
Well, they know how to ruin a party in Toronto, the Penguins, and that is by playing defense against this high-powered hockey team. Let's see if they can keep it going for one more.
Look back at what you've missed. So far, you've missed 2 goals and a whole bunch of saves from Tristan Jarry. It started 5 minutes and 46 seconds into the game. Jake Guentzel staying hot. Beautiful move to the inside. Backhander to beat Jack Campbell. His 7th of the season. He's got goals in 4 straight. And then Jeff Carter gets a step on Muzzin. It's illustrated beautifully by Jake Caulfield during the intermission. And he slammed that one home. And then, Bob, it was the Tristan Jarry show.
Well, it was. He's been really aggressive in here. Just getting to the top of his crease, denying tip plays there, and he's been strong on all the big guys the Leafs have that can do damage on you. The trapper evident there. Good thing he had his trapper on there, Mearsy. He lost his trapper. His glove fell off at one point. It was behind the net, and Carter had to shuffle it back to him.
Jeff Carter with his 4th goal of the season. Back at 17-15. That is a goal that is looming very large here to increase the Penguins' lead.
They'll have everybody on the same page, the Penguins now, and they know defense is going to get it done, turn it around for them after a subpar stretch of games. They want to put a winning streak together. I remember a couple of years ago, they started a road trip, and then it went out west to Banff and in Canada, and they just really propelled them to a great season. I thought it was their turnaround of the season. What was that 2-3 years ago, that Banff trip, Mearsy? So let's see if this Canadian trip can do it again.
Had some difficulty here in Toronto, just 1 win in the last 6 trips. I guess that would be it. The Penguins have had some struggles in Toronto. Trying to snap that skid. Here's Brian Dumoulin, 400th National Hockey League game, his debut, December 14, 2013. Never forget that 2012 draft in Pittsburgh. Jordan Stahl for Brandon Sutter, and at the time, a guy we didn't know much about, who was, I guess, a throw-in as a prospect, Brian Dumoulin. And has ended up being a huge part of that trade. Underway here in the 3rd with the Penguins leading 2-0. Morgan Riley carries the puck in, sprays it in deep, and there is Stumo defending along with Chris Letang.
You play the same way, you're going to see guys like Riley moving up on the play. At 2 goals last game, they're going to try to activate the D, and then you're going to get your chances.
Marner up high and a shot block, and a painful one for Guentzel off of Ritchie.
Yeah, it was up high.
Ritchie recovers it. He steps in. Gonna go backdoor, redirected by Matthews. Crosby has to reverse. He sweeps it off the wall. Guentzel will take it. End of his shift, chips it in, and heads off 50 seconds into the 3rd.
He looks fine as he goes to the bench. Rodriguez took a puck up high late in the last game, and he looked like he was in some sort of discomfort.
Here comes Brock McGinn. He's got a chance. McGinn toward the goal. Fires, stop, rebound, second save by Campbell. Now grinding is Aston Reese. Sized up by Muzzin. Aston Reese digging. Brock McGinn as well. Muzzin, puck comes to the middle, skated out to Justin Hall. Hall from center. Feathers it in. Pedersen gets back for the Pens. Leads the team +7. William Nylander looking to cycle for Toronto. Rasmus Sandin to Tavares. The drive caught coolly by Tristan Jarry.
No traffic at all as Tavares, he cycles back up high, takes a feed from the defenseman on the half wall, and he looks like something's bothering him. Here's a puck battle, a lot of stick work here. You got to get body position. The Leafs are able to win this one, and they get a shot there from the high slot. That was the one that went off Jake Guentzel. This is McGinn, defense to offense. 2 shots here. That was a Recchi-like shot, wasn't it?
Yes.
Off that back foot and the second crack at it.
Reckenball was the master of that, the left shot, right wing side.
Yep, Messier and Recchi.
Messier was great at it too, I was just going to say.
Those are the 2 that come to mind.
Shuffled forward neatly. Carter swings it wide for Kapanen, looking for Zucker, turns his stick, gets it back through, and it's off of Carter. Mitch Marner pressured by Zucker. All 3 of these players factoring in on the 2nd goal. Here's Carter with a look, snaps it right on goal, and Campbell able to make the save, and he absorbs it.
Well, he can't allow any more. Carter with conversation. Now here's Jake. Look at him laying it on the line here, this shot block. Wow, 2 Penguin players. You got Crosby, and then you got Gensel laying down on the ice to block shots.
Jake Gensel willing to pay any price, isn't he?
Well, that was, man, I love that shot, guys. You saw Crosby coming one way, like Secret Service man getting in front of that shot. That was unbelievable. And then you got Gensel coming the other. We're talking about 2 of the great offensive players in the game doing defensive, the dirty work. And that's why you win games, and that's why you're leaders.
2 winners and champions right there, Crosby and Gensel. Gensel, 10 penalties drawn, a lot of high sticks lately. Leads the team in that category, 2nd in the NHL. Only Anthony Cirelli has drawn more power play chances for his team. Jack Campbell's going to melt that one down. Once again, our social media post brought to you by Point Park University. Last 5 periods, Penguins have outscored their opponents 8-0. Yeah, this has been a continuum for the Pens going back to their 3rd period against Buffalo, where they really liked their game. They did everything but score the tying goal. Just pepper Dustin Tokarski, who stole that game. Quick shot here from the point, kicked out by Campbell. Gensel trying to get a stick free. Nearly recovered it. Russ did, trying to feed Gensel, but it's picked off by Hall. Hall for Muzzin. Swing and a miss along the boards. Trickles back to Campbell, couldn't cover up. Camp from Muzzin. Has some time and space, and an accurate pass to Hall. Hall swings it wide, back in front, Engvall, chance off the post! Pierre Engvall wide open, spins, gets it on net, and rejected by Jari. Push back from Toronto, Beluger's seen enough. Very high flip. It'll be fielded by Gensel. Back for Teddy Bluger, rushing up ice with Rust. Rust will take a look, fires into the glove of Jack Campbell.
Well, great chance there by the Leafs in a play that looked offside to me. It looked like Engvall was offside right here, very close on the blue line, but he gets the chance, finally comes back to him. A rolling puck, look at it bouncing, and that's why it just knuckles. He tries to go blocker side, and then Rust tries to go glove side. There's no panic in this goalie Campbell either, and I can see why they like him here in Toronto and why they made the move to go with him. He seems pretty sure, and that's what you want when you're playing in front of a goaltender. Just like the Penguins have Jari right now. You want that goaltender to exude that confidence throughout the team. You have to have the goaltending.
Campbell really is an amazing story. High pick and completely lost his love of the game. Tore down his technique in LA, built it back up, and now he is a legit #1 goaltender. Took a while, as he was 11th overall. Pedersen with the shot attempt. Off a stick, off the glass. Wiggling free is Jason Zucker. Zucker slides it up high, but it's off the stick of Marino. Marino flings it in.
These goaltenders, they amaze me how they can do that, Mearsy. And then we saw Tokarski the other day. He was incredible. I mean, that was one of the best performances I've seen from a visiting goaltender in a while. I mean, he certainly looked like a Vezina guy.
Campbell, it was just, he put way too much pressure on himself when he didn't make the team as an 18-year-old, wasn't in the NHL, and it just took a while, but he is a star now in Toronto. Now, a message from Rivers Casino.
Find the flavors you've been missing, all right here at Rivers Casino.
Top line on the ice here defensively against Matthews, Marner, and Ritchie. Still looking for his first goal of the season. The acquisition on the offseason.
Face-off win for Matthews, back to Sandin. Sandin to Marner, drive off the stick of Crosby, loose in the circle, and shuffled along to the line, the hold by Sandin. Austin Matthews, stick check by Letang. There is Nick Ritchie, taps it up the wall. Lilligren races over, kept it in, but it's off of Gensel, and will careen all the way back, and Penguins will be able to make a change.
Matthews made a play to Ritchie there. Matthews had occupied 2 Penguin defenders. Ritchie could have walked to the net. Instead, he just wrapped it around to nobody, and it was back into the Leaf zone, and that's where they're going to go now.
And now Toronto has iced it. Wednesday, the Penguins take on the Vancouver Canucks. You can log on to PittsburghPenguins.com or scan that QR code on your screen to purchase your tickets for Penguins home games this season. That Wednesday before Thanksgiving is always a great event in Pittsburgh. Remember a few years ago, Vancouver was the opponent. I believe the final was 6-5. Malkin had a hat trick.
Oh, yeah,
One of the great games.
That was awesome.
And the atmosphere is great. Everyone's excited. Don't have to work the next day, of course. That Wednesday night before Thanksgiving is usually a memorable one. So we'll see you at the rink. Not many home games. Penguins in this stretch of 9 of 11 on the road. Next stop will be Winnipeg on Monday. Jets lost last night to Vancouver, but are tied for first in the Central Division. Here's Mike Matheson. Backhands along for Ruvidal. Liljegren cuts it off behind the goal and lost it. Sandin with possession for Toronto. Shakes the check of Heinen. Timothy Liljegren. Marner touched it. Matthews has to curve back as his teammates are changing. Now it's Michael Bunting. Last year with Arizona, got a 2-year deal in the offseason. Nice stop by Jari behind the goal. McGinn was sealed off. Softly out by Bluger. Aston Reese will carry in. Zach Aston Reese gets free, gets it to the side of the goal. Penguins kept to the outside. Here's Pedersen, winds, fires, off a stick, maybe two. Spezza jumps on it for Toronto. Back to Pedersen, out of the reach of McGinn. And around it comes to Marino. What this line does so well, keeping the Maple Leafs in their zone. Looking for a tip was McGinn in front. It'll bound back to Marino, angled down low. Centering pass attempt by Aston Reese, intercepted by Hall. Brock McGinn, the bank pass. Marino the drive. Sits in the trapezoid. Tight turn by Muzzin. Dangerous pass in front. Leafs sloppy, couldn't get it out. Marino surrounded by Blue. Teddy Bluger knocked down by Muzzin. Jason Spezza, the veteran, 19th year in the NHL. Wayne Simmons. Now one-handed forward by Bunting. Kasperi Kapanen bursting in. Kapanen trying to buy some time, lost an edge. Reaching in was Muzzin, who's been out here a while. David Camp couldn't filter it through Carter. Zucker has control for Pittsburgh. Jason Zucker. Now Jeff Carter. Knocks it back to the top. Dumoulin. Centering pass. Kapanen the drive. Kicked out by Campbell.
What a play down low by Zucker to lift a stick and in one motion make a pass. And the Leafs, they've been hemmed in their own zone for 2 minutes. Great job by the Bluger line. Then this Carter unit and Toronto trying to find some traction.
Lining up is Engvall. Engvall with the shot off the stick, fluttered wide to Tristan Jarry. It was Engvall who hit the post a few moments ago. Engvall guarded by Zucker. Shuffled down to Kasha. Kasha trying a centering pass. Camp will take over. Challenged by Dumoulin. Dumoulin reaching for it. Now it's Letang. Tied up by Engvall. Letang trying to get his stick free. He couldn't. Helped out by Carter. Whacked off the boards. It's Brody. Brody to Riley. Andre Kasha opens up. Feed down low. Off the stick. Into the corner it goes. TJ Brody, the defenseman, in deep. Pass comes back to Engvall. Missed by Camp behind the net. Pittsburgh desperate need of a clear here. Now Letang. He was pressured. Carter looking to fish it out. Carter reaching for it. Jeff Carter. Board battle continues. Referee says puck is loose. Curve foot.
They want the freeze. Minute and a half shift.
Kasha to the net, and that wouldn't go. And do we have a penalty? Is it one of those? Yes.
Yeah.
We'll just judge it by that reaction. And it was, again, as I said earlier, one of those shifts. Usually ends in either a goal or a penalty. Great chance. Kasperi Kapanen robbed by the pad of Jack Campbell. Let's take a look.
Yeah, Kasha, got body position here, and Carter had to reach around. It's a scoring chance. And the stick's on the glove right there. You got to make that call when you're stuck in your own zone for 90 seconds, as the Penguins were. So this might be it. The game might be on the line here, I would think, if the Penguins can get this kill.
Just the third penalty of the game. These are two of the most disciplined teams, least penalized teams in the NHL. Face-off win for the Pens, and wrapped around by Dumoulin.
Oh man, great face-off win there.
See the numbers for that earlier power play chance. The Leafs, with their #1 unit, were basically in the Penguin zone for the full 2 minutes. They got 2 shots on goal. And Tristan Jarry was able to stop both of them. Things were kept to the outside. You got the big guns out here with Matthews, Marner, clogged up by Rodriguez. Now Marner charges over the line with Matthews. Return pass. Marner tried the backhander, and staying with him every step of the way was Brian Dumoulin.
Well, now you get to another big face-off. The Penguins won the last one. The Leafs haven't got anything. They just got to the zone 30 seconds in here. That's the first time they saw it, and then Dumo got the stick on puck. Even at that bad angle shot, Dumoulin's going to get the stick on puck.
The master at that, isn't he? 400th NHL game, two-time Stanley Cup champion, getting a breather now at the bench. It's Ruhwedel and Letang defensively. Another big face-off win for Pittsburgh and a clear.
Another good face-off by Blueger. A little help there off the face-off from his buddies, but wide stance on the face-off. Blueger has right skate on the other side of the linesman to get the leverage to win that face-off against Tavares, who's one of the best in the business on that circle.
Now winding up is Mitch Marner. Swings it over to Nylander. Nylander will work it deep. Letang, stick free, nice handoff. And McGinn, one motion, shovels it out of there. Jack Campbell will pass to his left to Tavares 50 seconds ago, and the hooking penalty to Jeff Carter. Leafs stymied just inside the line. The puck will bound back into the Maple Leaf zone.
And they're going to stay on the ice, their #1 unit. This is a minute 20 in, and that's fine for the Penguins. You stay out there, guys, because you're tired, and this is going to happen. You're going to get sloppy, and maybe the Penguins get a chance. Well, they do get a change here now.
At least a couple of them. On is Jason Spezza. He's going to turn, try to pass off of Aston Reese, and it does stay in play off the sideboards. Austin Matthews still on, and Zach Aston Reese takes it away and will shuffle it down the distance. Maybe one more rush for Toronto here on the power play.
Yeah, can't explain how important those face-off wins were for the Penguins. 2 of them, and the Leafs have got nothing yet.
Spezza to Richie. Aaron pass will come out to center. Carter, see him at the bottom of the screen, up on his skates, and he is out of the box. Chalk up another one for the Penguins PK, which has been superb all season long. And not even a sniff there for Toronto. Letang rammed into the glass by Engvall. The check made the play. All got their head against him. Muzzin. A high flip, glove down by Rust. Looking for some separation. Muzzin will send it across the rink, and the bouncing puck is fielded by Pettersson. Striding back, Justin Hall. Leaned on by Crosby. Muzzin connects with Kasha. Tap forward for Engvall. They're looking for a 2-on-1. Pierre Engvall couldn't enter. The reach by Pettersson.
Oh, Kasha had beat his man, and Engvall didn't see him at all. He just had to flip it into open ice.
David Camp, former Chicago Blackhawk, chips the puck in. Mike Matheson will chop it around for Zucker. Zucker, Carter, and Kapanen. Had a good game. Teamed up for the second goal, giving the Pens some breathing room here. TJ Brody, 3-on-2 develops for the Leafs. Here's William Nylander looking for Kerfoot. Tries it from the angle, couldn't get it on goal. Dumoulin towards Zucker. Zucker trying to skate free. Puck is redirected out. And again captured by the Leafs defense with 8:17 to go in the third period.
They had a 3-on-2, but the gap there, a great job by Letang and Dumoulin. Dumoulin with his stick.
This is Morgan Riley tries a shot. Again, this defense in the way. Letang and Dumoulin. Stalwarts back there for Mike Sullivan. Letang dug it out. Kapanen end of a shift. Got closed off, but advanced it. And it's played by Riley. Eddie Bluger's line out for Pittsburgh. They'll be relied upon here late in the third. TJ Brody winding on in. Austin Matthews dusts it off, fires. And Tristan Jarry there again. Pat on the mask from Marcus Pettersson. Down the stretch we go in the third in Toronto. 2-0 for Pittsburgh. Snyder and Associates hit of the game.
Kerfoot pasted to the wall by Marino. Those two know each other.
Former college teammate right there. Friends out there on the ice.
No.
Play together at Harvard. What a huge penalty kill that was. Going up against a lot of firepower. Jeff Carter in the box, and the Penguins 2 for 2 on the PK, 8 for 8 over the last 3 games. They've won a lot of key draws, not just on the PK, but in the game in general against the top faceoff team in the National Hockey League. Letang steps up, goes to Bluger for Aston Reese. Get that shot through. TJ Brody. Hounded by Aston Reese. Had to gain the line. Does. Gets it over the blue. And will trickle over to Ritchie. Ritchie trying a centering pass. The flex up. Stays in play. Rock McGinn. Out there for Pittsburgh. In on the battle. McGinn knocks it down. Teddy Beluga using the boards. It's out to center. And Liljegren gets it back into Pittsburgh ice. Both teams look for line changes. Under 7 minutes to go in the third. It's been a good one tonight. Penguins and the Leafs. Second matchup, 3-game season series. Meet again on December 29th, right back here at Scotiabank Arena.
Defense on display here for the Penguins, and they have kept this crowd quiet to this point.
Shot attempt for the boards, never got to Jari. Battling for it, Matheson. Checked by Kerfoot, here's Tavares. He was stick checked by Rust. Matheson able to get it out, and Timothy Liljegren has control for the Leafs. Good step up, Ruido leads to a chance for Crosby. Crosby to the trailer, Rust, and that one rolls away from him. William Nylander will saucer to center. Gonna bat it down, Kerfoot. Hustling back, Ruido. So Mike Matheson. He will flip it back and settled down by Jake Muzzin. Now Wayne Simmons bounces off the Carter hit. Simmons trying to slice through. Gets a step on Pettersson. Around the wall it comes. Jake Muzzin, shot attempt. Right in his face was Kapanen. Michael Bunting is tied up by Marino. Spezza for Bunting. Bounces right in front. Chance for Simmons. Turns and shoots. Save made by Jari. Hall keeps it alive for Toronto. Spezza below the goal line. Worked over by Marino. He's supported by Carter. Muzzin keeps it alive. Wayne Simmons. Bunting right in front has a chance, and Jari is there again to slam the door. Simmons opens up. Spezza trying to find him. Tipped away by Marino. Wayne Simmons knocked off stride by Zucker. Can the Penguins clear? Zucker second attempt, couldn't get it out. Bunting goes down, and that's going to be called.
That's a great shift by the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that's a penalty to me. I mean, Zucker doesn't like it, but when you chop at the puck and the guy skates in the way at the end of a shift where you're hemmed in, Jari, he is standing tall again. Question about it. Right there. After the Penguins were hemmed in their zone for a little bit, you're gonna get called that one every time in a 2-0 hockey game where you've played so well defensively and been so good on the penalty kill. You're gonna have to do it again one more time. Go to the well.
Third power play chance for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's gonna be Evan Rodriguez here on this draw. Near circle, a right wing side. Rodriguez pulls it back. A timely face-off win again for the Pens. Aston Reese took his man down. And that is going to be called. It'll be a two-man advantage, or will it? Riley trying his shot. That's blocked, and the Leafs will be up by 2 men for a minute 49 seconds.
And now you're playing with fire. And the Leafs have a timeout remaining. And there's the trip. Stick under the skates. Matthews had body position, left-handed shot. You take his feet out. McSullivan will take a look at it. And the Leafs have plenty of time left now, and a lot of ice and a lot of talent on the ice. And I can't say how big this faceoff is. So even if you win it, it's tough to get it down on a 5-on-3.
Here we go. Teddy Beluga digging in against Tavares. The Penguins win the draw, and it's cleared by Dumoulin all the way down, and that is huge.
It's absolutely amazing that they just time and time again beat John Tavares in that face-off circle. Splendid stuff there.
Back in. Here's Nylander closing in, punched away. A couple of sticks there, including Jari's.
Yeah, it was Jari's stick in the way. They forced that puck through the blue paint. And the Penguins have killed a lot of time so far.
2-man advantage for Toronto, trying to get on the board. John Tavares spins it to Riley. Riley with a pass over Matthews. Goal line. Tavares shut down. Second try goes wide. Picked up by Marner. Marner to Tavares. Mitch Marner to Morgan Riley. Riley and Matthews at the top. Morgan Riley. Marner to the slot off the glass by Nylander. Austin Matthews. 4 power play goals on the year. 57 to go in the 2-man. Morgan Riley, Nylander, the drive, that's blocked, and the Penguins able to clear.
This is incredible stuff here right now. Nylander tried to pick a top shelf That's what happens when the goalie's so darn good like Jari has been. The Penguins, here they come, 5-on-3.
Puck is loose, and it's Russ. Closed off by Riley, nudged away by Campbell. But waste some more time. 32 remaining in the two-man advantage. The Penguins have one of their better penalty-killing forwards in Zach Aston Reese. They will get another clear. Marner banks it ahead for Tavares. Been out here a long time. Centering pass. Nylander fires. Stopped by Jari.
Well, that might have been off the post.
Might have been off the post. Sandin, Matthews rips a drive, and that's going to be blocked painfully by McGinn. He's staggered. Matthews to Marner. Mitch Marner surveys. Matthews loads up and denied by Jari.
McGinn still out there on one leg and a lot of guts. And I got to tell you, he makes his way to the bench, and that is one of the maybe one of the best 5-on-3 kills I've ever seen.
Crosby for Zucker. He's denied. A sprawling save by Campbell.
It went in behind him. It was shuffled out of the goal crease.
Michael Bunting to the inside. Wrister. Jari makes the save. Penguins have killed it off. Pick off by Simmons. Jammed away from him. Back to Brody. Brody in deep. Spezza off of Jari. Ricochets over to Brody. 2:37 to go. What a kill for Pittsburgh. Not out of the woods yet. Still trapped in their own zone.
Where's the goalie? Is he still in the net for the Leafs?
Wayne Simmons running into the referee. Puck is loose and scooped up by Gensel. Gensel from the red line will shoot in. There is Campbell.
He's looking over to the bench here right now. He might follow this puck out of the zone.
Penguins kill off a two-man disadvantage for a minute 49 seconds. Got some huge saves from Tristan Jari. Feathered in by Brody. Let's hang with possession. Goes to Bluger. Pitchforks that to center circle and settled down by Brody.
Well, the Leafs are waiting for Thanksgiving until they get Campbell out of the net, I guess.
Brody.
Oh, the Canadians have already had their Thanksgiving, haven't they?
That's true. Here is Tristan Jari weighing his options. Handoff to Letang. Andre Kasha. Kasha was covered by Bluger. Dumoulin. Stepped into by Kasha, centering pass. Engvall will take over, forced to the outside, chipped it over to Kasha.
There goes Campbell.
Leafs pull the goaltender, dropped the stick of Bluger, kept it away from Jari. Along the wall is Letang trying to lift it out. Clogged up by Kasha, Kerfoot. Now Andre Kasha knocked off stride, throws it off the outside of the cage. Jari is down. Here's Kasha, misfires on the one-time attempt, and Carter will be able to clear.
Well, Kasha gets that shot on net. As you mentioned, Jari was down on the ice. Might have had himself a goal and 60 ticks. 65 left, hopefully, in this game for the Pens.
That is empty for the Leafs. Now the scramble on the boards. Gensel slips it up the wall. Sandin sits there for Pedersen. Takes the contact. Rasmus Sandin. Puck squirts over to Marino. Bouncing puck. He'll have to settle it down. Second attempt. And he gets it out to center. Leafs trying to pour back in, and they were way offside. There's the whistle. 42.9 to go in the third. This guy, Tristan Jari, seeing beach balls tonight.
Yeah, you think there's going to have to be a timeout here, I would think, unless they've just thrown in the towel at Toronto Maple Leafs, which you know they haven't. So they're going to call timeout, bring their big guys out over to the bench, and try to figure something out. Take a look at this. Nylander tried to flip one up over the glove. Bar. A couple of bars for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Tristan Jari has stopped every other puck that has gone his way. 26 saves so far in the night, and that 5-on-3 penalty kill for the Penguins, that might have been the finest 5-on-3 I've seen in a long time. You got to remember who you're playing against, the time of the game, what's at stake, and the Leafs got nothing there. See, absolutely, really nothing other than that bar.
And to win that first face-off, as the Penguins did, killing the time off the clock.
They almost scored at the end of it. Crosby had the puck in behind the net. I think it was McGinn maybe and Crosby. Can't remember the other participant. McGinn has had another strong game.
Just a heroic effort. Everybody involved in the two-man disadvantage. Net empty for Toronto. Puck is snapped in. Jari will watch as Letang wraps it up the glass. It'll go all the way down, and with the two-goal lead, the Penguins will take the icing call. It's going to be waved off. And Riley can't believe it.
I can't believe it either, but
I don't blame him, but 23 seconds to go in the third.
Got to determine who's going to get the puck, and actually Jake, was a pretty good Grace there, and Jake actually touched it first. So I'm not going to argue with the linesman's call. They're starting to make that call a little bit more over the last few games, Mearsy.
Puck trickles out to center. Crosby. Dumoulin up the boards. Puck is worked in deep, and this one is over. It is back-to-back shutouts for Tristan Jarry. He blanks the Toronto Maple Leafs. What a performance from the Penguins, and in particular their penalty killers, led by 35. A 2-0 victory. Penguins get the 2 points. Number 1 Cochrane Expressway player of the game. Indeed, it is Tristan Jarry. Well deserved, but he had a lot of help as well. Didn't think they could top Thursday's game, Bob. They just did.
Yeah, it's getting better and better here right now, and that shutout streak is coming on top of his